everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to start my Build Your Own Sunday Ketchupathon reading vlog. So I have made a TBR that I will link down below, and I'm not sure how much I'm going to stick to it. So the first book that I'm reading is Sorry Not Sorry by Sophie Ranald, and this one counts for light and fluffy, which is one of the toppings, maybe whipped cream or something. So I'm starting with toppings, which, I mean, whatever, that's fine. And this one's light and fluffy, and it is about this woman who she lives with her best friend and her best friend's now fiance. And so they move out because they're about to get married and kind of leave her in the dust. And so she joins, like, this is in the age of Tinder and all that kind of stuff. So she's doing that, but she joins this like podcast group or whatever called like Sorry Not Sorry, and it's like rules for dating and stuff. And so she is kind of doing that. It's a British or somewhere UK based kind of women's fiction chick lit, and I'm about a third of the way through, and the beginning was really cute. It's starting to get a little redundant, a little long feeling. So I normally like this a lot, so we'll see. As you can tell, we just got home from dance class and we're all hungry and a little impatient, so I'm gonna go make lunch and then hopefully do more reading later today. So I will check in and let you know what I think of this first book. Okay, everyone, so I have finished this book, which is my whipped cream, light and fluffy, and I finished it because I DNF'd it at 45%. This is a chick lit book about a girl coming into like herself, basically. She's feels like she's left behind because her roommates and best friends are getting married and moving on, and she's kind of she's single, all those things. And I just don't care about this character at all. I don't care. Like, I feel like to like these books, you have to have something that endears you to them, either whether it's empathy or relatability or their humor, and I just have nothing for her. I don't care at all. And I was like dreading picking it up, even on audio. So that's it. So I'm letting that one go. So I have started If I Run by Terri Blackstock, and this is a thriller. It's a Christian fiction thriller about this woman who is on the run because she thinks she is going to be accused of killing her best friend. And so that's it. I've heard nothing but good things. It is a trilogy. So I'm only going to read the first one for this vlog, but so far so good. But you guys, I'm slumpy. I'm just not in the mood to read physically. I'm not in the mood to listen to audio. Like, I'm slumpy. And so I'm nervous that, like, I've got really high expectations for this, combined with the fact that I'm not in the mood to read anything. I'm hoping I still like it as much as I would in other times. So that is it. I'll let you know how it goes. Hey everyone, so I have some updates, and you guys, I'm sitting on my front porch and I'm realizing that my Ring camera is probably videoing myself, and that is really embarrassing, but that's okay. Anyway, I have finished If I Run by Terri Blackstock, and you guys, I think the hype got me on this one. Let me preface this by saying I don't love detective thrillers. I just don't. I don't love detective thrillers, and this is kind of that. So this is told from two perspectives. It's Casey and Dylan. Casey is on the run because her best friend, she walked in and found her best friend killed, and because of history that she has with her father's death, she thinks that she will be blamed for it, and so she goes on the run because she doesn't obviously want to go to jail for a crime she did not commit. And so she goes on the run, and then Dylan was good friends with her best friend who died. Brent is his name. He was friends with Brent, and Dylan was in the army or in the military in some regards and got released because of PTSD. And so he is now back, and the family has hired him to be a private investigator to see what happened to Brent. There's something strange going on my street, and it's kind of freaking me out. But anyway, so that's the story. We get those two perspectives, the girl on the run and the guy that is like investigating the situation. Now, my complaints about this book, like, it was fast-paced, it was intriguing, it is very short, and it's a trilogy, and I'm kind of wondering, like, why it needed to be a trilogy if we could just put it all into one book, because this did not feel like a complete story to me. Like, it ends on a cliffhanger. It ends in a way that I felt was incomplete, and that it could have been better served by just being a longer book. But I have not read 2 and 3, so maybe I'm wrong on that. my other complaint is there is like a side storyline about a girl who's been missing for a couple years, and I thought that was really convenient and like almost made this like the writing style. It's a Christian thriller, and the writing style almost felt a little juvenile, and it was like exacerbated by that plot point that that, you know, this girl was found so easily, or that was resolved so easily. And so I think it's just, it was fine. I enjoyed it. It's 3.5 stars. Am I like running to pick up number 2 and 3? No, I'm not. And you guys, so many of you are going to be like, oh no. And I think it was just, a part of it is this darn slump I'm in. I don't know if I've mentioned it in this vlog, but I'm in the middle of a slump. So my standards, I guess, are high right now. And I just am really needing something, like I'm needing to love something, and I just didn't love it. But then I read the next one, which is Having the Soldier's Baby or something by Terri Quinn. And this is for the prompt of sprinkles. So we're sticking with toppings first, okay, guys? Which, side story, my sister and I went on vacation one time, and we went to a froyo place, and I remember, like, I only wanted toppings, and so I think I got a bowl of toppings. But so maybe this is like on brand for me. But so the shortest book on your shelves, which is Terri Quinn's, it's a Harlequin. It is one, the author actually reached out to me when my channel was new and asked if I wanted to read some of her books. And so she so generously sent me some, and they, like, I don't mind a Harlequin every now and again, and especially at that time I was reading a lot more romance than I do now. But anyway, this one was a unique story about a woman who she like marries her high school sweetheart, and he is a Marine, so he goes off to war and is presumed dead. And so now before he left, I guess he had done some sperm banking or something, so she decides to have his baby, and so she like gets pregnant, and it works, everything's great, and then she finds out that her husband's not actually dead. So he comes back, and he is completely different. He wants a divorce, and he is just completely different. War has changed him quite a bit. And so it's them navigating their relationship, now what they're going to do as parents, like what his involvement is going to be, why he wants the divorce, all of that. So this was really short, and it was unique. There were a few steamy scenes that I don't love, so I'm giving it 3 stars. It was fine. But now I got sprinkles on my sundae. So next, I'm not sure what I'm going to read, but I will keep you posted. Hey everyone, so I am back for an update. Now, you guys don't know this because it's a vlog, but I took a little break from the Ketchupathon to do my Roll Your Next reads because that's what was like about due at my library, and I fully regret that decision because now I'm not going to be able to read all these because today is July 23rd. Today is the last day of the readathon. So quick recap, I'm going to be looking to the side at my list of what I've done. So for my toppings, I have done Sprinkles, which is Having the Soldier's Baby by Terri Quinn. I've done Peanuts, which is a thriller, and I did If I Run by Terri Blackstock. Then I did Whipped Cream, which is light and fluffy, and so I did Sorry Not Sorry by Sophie Ranald. Now I did DNF that, but I'm counting it because I attempted it. So now I'm like, okay, it is the last day. I kind of thought about this a couple days ago, and I was like, all right, we need to at least get some ice cream in there, and maybe a waffle bowl and some hot fudge. We'll see. So I did get my vanilla ice cream. So that is a debut, which I read, Block Party by Jamie Day. And this is one that I had from NetGalley. It just came out last week, and it is like the type of book that I love. And it is not for everybody. So it's marketed as a mystery thriller, but I would say this is a suburban drama with a bit of mystery thriller thrown in, because the premise of the book is that it starts on Memorial Day. So this neighborhood has a block party. Every Memorial Day they have a block party, and this year something crazy happens. And now it kind of tells you on the back what happens more so than it does in the text. So maybe just don't read, just like listen to what I'm saying and don't read the back of the book, or do. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't spoil that much. But so something crazy happens today, and then it jumps back to a year ago on Memorial Day and kind of lets us get to know the neighborhood, the people involved in the neighborhood, et cetera, and like how the things unfolded as we got to this crazy Memorial Day. So it was really good. I really enjoyed it. The majority of it, like I said, is getting to know everybody in this neighborhood is like not behaving great. Everybody has secrets. There's a lot of relationships that are all intertwined. And this book has a lot of perspectives.
but I found it okay. One, like reading it physically with your eyes, I feel like it's a lot easier to keep track of. But also on audio, there are different voices for different characters, and I think that really, really helped. And it made it. There were definitely still times that I was like, "Wait, who's who? Who's connected to who?" But you can get it clear in your head. And so I don't want to say a whole lot about it, except we do get both a. We get mainly Alex is our main female character, and then her daughter is Letty, I believe. And so we get a kind of teenage perspective as well, which is just interesting. There's some revenge stuff. There's a lot of triggers in this book. So triggers for, let's see, I just look them up if you want, if you're like having something specific you don't want to read about, because there's a lot, and I don't want to get into spoilery territory, but there is a lot of different triggers and things mentioned in this, and the connections between all the people really kind of come to a head at the end. And I felt like this did a great job of having like enough red herrings that it wasn't obvious, but not so much that you're like, okay, that was silly. You know, I feel like that's a fine line to balance, and I think they did a great, or Jamie Day did a great job. And so for a debut, I'm super impressed, and in general, I really like this book. So 4 stars on that. My only complaint is that Alex does have a drinking problem, and I feel like it was kind of trivialized and kind of, it just left an icky taste in my mouth. It just wasn't handled the way that I would have preferred it was. And it almost felt like a little bit of a plot device just to make sure, well, it was a plot device to see, can we trust her or not? And so, you know, it just felt a little icky the way that was done, but otherwise I was thoroughly entertained. Is this going to be a book I remember forever? No, but I don't think that was the purpose. I think the purpose was just to entertain you with juicy suburban drama and some mystery thriller stuff going on too. So I think it did a great job, and I would highly recommend. Gave it 4 stars. So now, to get that waffle bowl and the hot fudge, I need to do, waffle bowl is your newest book, and hot fudge is a dark cover. So I'm going to be knocking 2 birds, 1 stone with this book. The Night She Disappeared by Lisa Jewell. So I just hauled this month. It is a dark cover. I don't know a whole lot about this, except I have already started it, and I'm going to try to finish today, but if I don't, I'm going to extend this vlog to tomorrow. Krista and Amy, you can sue me if you want to, but anyway, so this is about dual perspectives again of Tallulah is a like 18-19-year-old mom. Her and her boyfriend, they had a baby, they broke up, and now they're kind of like back into each other's lives, kind of back together or whatever. And so they have a night out, and they go missing. And so we're getting the perspective mostly of her mom, who is Kim, I think. I don't know. It doesn't say on the back, but I think her name is Kim. And so Kim has their little boy, and she is trying to find her daughter. So we get that perspective, those 2 perspectives, which are starting like 2017, 2018, or 2016, 17, somewhere around there. And then in 2020, we get the perspective of another person who is kind of interested in what's going on. She is new to the area and has heard about these missing people cases, and she's really interested in what's going on. So I'm really intrigued. She does great at short chapters, and like, I just love Lisa Jewell books generally, and this one is not disappointing so far. So I'm really intrigued, and this will probably be the end of my like create your own Sunday, which just means that I'm not going to hit the prompt of adding fruit, which is out of my comfort zone, or candy, which is my go-to genre. I am going to read those books that I had slotted for that, but not in the time allotted. So we're just going to end it after this book, and it'll be okay. So that is that. I'll let you know when I finish this.
Hey everyone, so I'm just coming to close out this vlog because I finished The Night She Disappeared, and I'm giving it 3 stars. This was not my favorite Lisa Jewell. However, I did not read it physically. I read it on audio, and I kind of think Lisa Jewell might be an author that I need to read physically, but maybe not. Maybe this book just wasn't for me. So the premise of this book is that it's about Tallulah and Zach. They are 19-year-old parents, and they go out one night, and they don't often go out. They're not like party kids or whatever. They go out one night and then never return. And they leave their like almost 1-year-old son, I think their baby son, with her mom, Kim. And Kim is like, she would not choose to leave her son. So something is wrong. Well, years go by, a year, 2 years, I don't know. Years go by and they are not found. And then we also get so that is like the 2017 timeline. And then we get like 2018, 19, present day, whatever. And we follow this woman who her boyfriend he just got the job as like a headmaster at a boarding school. And so she moves there, sees a sign that says like dig here. And so she digs it up and it's a potential, well, I'm not going to tell you what it is. Anyway, so we get the two storylines. Of course, the two intersect. And in the past, so like maybe it's 2018, like it's 2017 through 2020-ish. And we get Tallulah's perspective in the past to kind of know like that relationships are not always as they seem. Her and Zach's relationship is not what it seems. There's secrets, there's friendships, there's a lot of dynamics that like I'm not going to say anything about. I would say this book is twisty, but it's like I was really intrigued in the beginning, and then it got really slow for me. Like it is a slow burn, I would say, and for me it just got a little repetitive and a little monotonous, and then the end is super fast twisty. Now there are some things like the gal Sophia or something. I don't know what her name is. I can't remember. She is the girlfriend of the headmaster. She is a cozy mystery author. And there's like big connections between the mystery she's trying to solve in real life and her books. And she just like acts like she doesn't remember the plot of her first book until she's like, oh, wait, that was the plot of my first book. And we're like, wait, you know, like I'm not an author, so I don't know, maybe you forget, but like I would think you would remember like the plot. It's like major plot points in her book. So, and that's not a spoiler. It is not at all. Anyway, so 3 stars. It was fine. The beginning was really good. The ending was really good. The middle was really monotonous. So, right now I am I've got a babysitter for 2.5 hours today and tomorrow because it's her last week before she goes back to school. And so we are utilizing it to the fullest. So I'm going to work on some homeschool stuff, some YouTube stuff, and all the things. And so that is the end of this vlog. I didn't get everything done that I wanted to, but I feel like it was okay. It's also, the day after the readathon actually ended. So call it a fail, call it a win. I don't care. That's it. So thank you to Krista and Amy for hosting this again. I love this idea and I love like trying to build my own snacks burger last year, Sunday this year. So can't wait to see what they come up with next year. So we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.